Hey folks, it's Jonathan again. My next machine here. This is a 1964 Powermatic. It's 19-inch vertical bandsaw. This is something that I bought from a factory in Sanford, North Carolina. Luckily I got a friend that's in the scrap business that he actually bought just about the entire factory out after they went out of business, and it said a few years. And he called me and I purchased this. I actually purchased a 25-ton brake press, which I'll show you later, but purchased this from him, and he figured scrap weight was at the time about $200, so that's what I gave him, $200, and saved him from having to move it. It's 3-phase, runs good, no problems there. It has a blade welder. I haven't tried it. The grinder does work on the blade welder, but I just ordered my blades the correct length anyway, so I may try it sometime. But one of the problems with this machine is the variable speed didn't work when I got it, and I wasn't sure why, and ended up tearing into it and finding out that it was missing a couple pieces, so I had to make a couple things for it, and I'll show you here in a second what I made. But it's a good sized machine. I'm not sure if it's considered an 18-inch maybe, but it's got 19 inches between the blade and the blade and this side over here, so the whole throat is 19, and it's got the chart on it to show all the speeds for all different kinds of steel: yellow brass, bronze, copper, grill rod, even plastic and woods, which is kind of nice. And then your variable speed control, you got a high and a low right there, and then you've got variable down here. And I'll show you the reason I know what year it is. Inside the machine I found a decal that said this machine has been inspected and insured, another quality Powermatic machine, and it's got the inspector's name, and then there's a date, and it's kind of hard to read, but it's 1964, and to be that old, it's in pretty good shape. So really 64 is not old to me, but I guess it could be considered to be old to some folks. But I'll show you what what was missing and what it was doing on the variable speed. I don't get to where you can see here. Probably better without the flashlight, but this actually controls your variable speed, and it controls it by pushing in and out on this pulley, and the pulley of course gets smaller or bigger, and then the bottom pulley is actually spring loaded, and you know, it does what this pulley tells it to do. And of course when it goes back small, the spring makes this one go back big, and that's how you get a variable speed. And that control on the front operates this arm, and this arm is makes the belt go in and out. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But as you can see, there's some notches, let's see, in the top of that bar, or on the inside of that bar, and that was actually riding directly against this pulley. And if you tried to adjust the power feed, it would actually bog the machine down, and wasn't sure what was wrong, but I ended up taking the arm off, taking the pulley off. The bushing in the pulley was shot. I mean, it was basically wrapped around it a couple times and to where the pulley was stuck, so I had to make a puller to get it off. Once I got it off, made a new bushing, put it on, and then I'm not sure what went here originally, but I ended up using it's a 91 Chevrolet inside inner wheel bearing, and I just something I had on the shelf, and it happened to work good, and with pressure pushing to the side, I didn't want to use a roller bearing, so I mean I used a tapered bearing, and made the piece for it to, to push against it. And now of course when it pushes, it's all the weight's on the bearing and works perfect. And that was really the only problem with this machine. And I'm not sure, you could tell that it had been run a long time that way, and it didn't look like it was anything they wanted to fix. We got it taken care of, and it turned out to be a good machine. And this is probably worth a little more than scrap, but they are really handy to have. And still has all the lockout procedures on the paperwork. But I've got the fence that goes with it, and I actually run a 1/4 inch blade on these. You can go wider, and of course here it shows your radius of different size blades of what radius you can cut. And sometimes I like cutting pretty sharp corners. I went ahead and ordered a small blade, and old machine, but a really good one, and getting parts not a problem. And here's the Powermatic tag, made in Tennessee. But for $200, I definitely couldn't go wrong on that deal. And I probably got, I don't think I'm maybe halfway through with the machines, but this is of course one of my newer machines. 64, just not that old when it comes to equipment for me anyway. But I will show you another one soon, and thanks for watching.